So thanks for everyone for being here on this gorgeous August Saturday, and a sincere thanks to everyone who made this big day possible. I know it was a lot of work for a lot of people. You know who you are. If you don't, then you probably didn't know. A best man speech has 3 elements. First, it must be touching. Second, it must cause laughter. And third, it must pay tribute to the bride and the groom. Ladies and gentlemen, I am confident that today mine will fail all 3. I'm told by a trustworthy source that I met Justin at McLaren Hospital back in '87. But I don't remember it at all because that was a tough year for me. I'm not a very popular person, so for those of you who aren't my parents or brothers, I'm Joel. I'm the groom's brother. And while my name is not important, my words this evening are not important either. I'm delighted to be in this role, and it is a privilege, Justin. When he first asked me to be the best man, I was taken aback because Justin has so many great friends. Many of them here today, pleasantly smiling in relief that they're not up here. But I can't say how excited I am to be up here on my brother's wedding day. I'll try to deliver the speech like Justin's workouts, short and full of offensive sounds. I can't believe my big brother is getting married. Not because of any sentimental or nostalgic reason, but because he came home from high school every day to watch Dragon Ball Z while eating a bowl of Cheetos. But now, and we can all thank the presence of Lindsay for this, now there'll be 2 bowls. Even though Justin has totaled more cars than grains of sand on a beach, I'm confident that behind the wheel of marriage, Lindsay will be the guiding hand he needs to keep straight-ish. Mom used to put us in a bathtub together when we were teenagers. Yeah, I'm sorry, that must be a typo. It should be before we were teenagers. Thanks a lot, bestmanspeech.com. But I do recall a picture of Justin and I in the bathtub together, and I'm no expert on ages, but since we both had facial hair, I feel like we were too old to be naked together. The point of all this bathtub speak is Justin and I are really close. As for Lindsay, a person who can seamlessly join a rowdy game night at my mom's or a weekend up north with my dad and Nicole is a keeper, Justin. In fact, I remember the first game night Lindsay came to. Oh, I'm sorry, Lindsay. I mean, to which Lindsay came. Gotta have that grammar. And during this game night, we all just huddle around, play games, whatever, have a gay old time. I was competing with you, Lindsay, unknown to her, not over a game, but rather over who could be the loudest and most obnoxious. She won. Meanwhile, Justin was sporting his trademark 2 beers in smirk. And everyone could see a certain satisfaction on his face, one that rested in comfort that Lindsay could get along with family like family so early on. It's expected to say that Lindsay has had great effects on Justin. And while that's true, of course, she's had tremendous influence on the rest of us too. Let's see, page 2 of 9. Okay. Hope you guys aren't hungry. Speaking of family, growing up with Justin was special. We've done a lot together. We've raced remote control cars together, played hockey together, played tag together, even rode to high school in his pimped out truck together, which fast-tracked me to cool status. Still owe you, man. He was the leader, the one who broke off with the family unit to explore this or that. I was the introspective nerd with the yo-yo in pocket. He led by example and showed me how to do so much, like how to drink liquor and delete internet browser history. Not necessarily in that order, though. He was the more athletically capable, a barrel-chested weightlifter. I was the skinny punk who pranced through 5K races. He was engineer-minded, endowed with both bookish and practical know-how, while I made half-functional cootie catchers. I could go on, but I don't want to keep bragging about my successes. One year during high school, for I believe it was my 16th birthday, Justin got me a CD. It was an Irv Gotti CD. And for the 95% of you out there who don't know who that is, Irv Gotti is one of the most hardcore mafia gangster rappers that ever sell CDs. I always thought Justin was cool, so by extension, so was this CD, right? So it confused me when I played it in my car with the windows down. The middle-class family of 4 next to me gave me a look that said, "Our nation has no future." We did have our share of brotherly disagreements growing up. When trying to understand puzzling or bizarre adults, there's a common question. Did you hit your head as a kid? Everyone knows that. When Justin did, in fact, hit his head as a kid. How do I know this? I know this because this is a true story. I bashed it with a play train track. It bled, the ambulance was called. It's awful, but to be fair, he was in my way. But except for the train track moment, even our fights were mild and never escalated beyond a well-crafted pouty face. And I think that's because deep down we've always saw past the immediacy of disagreement. Earnestly, Justin paves the way of accomplishment for me. Watching him forge new paths, try new things, accomplish something, drives me to forge my own path. And I aspire to do so with the same conviction Justin has, to do the best possible. Growing up, many of Justin's friends were also my friends because of Justin's insistence to include me in things. And Justin, you'll never know just what that's meant for me. Justin has worked hard for his successes, and what completes his character as a good one is his selflessness with it all. He has helped me in times of need countless times, whether it was with food, advice, a place to sleep, or partially stained hand-me-down underwear. We're brothers, I accept him. He's always looked out for and stood up for his little brothers, and I know I speak for both Jeremy and myself when I say we look up to Justin in many ways. Justin is a fiercely competitive guy. Everyone knows that, right? He has to win everything, whether it's beanbags, which he'll lose to today, or whatever, being the smartest person. Scientists say the firstborn has the highest IQ over any siblings. And while that may be true, Justin, a 55 isn't hard to beat anyway. Got him. Now, I'm supposed to comment on how everyone looks, but everyone knows I look the best anyway. And I'm supposed to be funny, so I'd like to instead close with a word on death. It is in the traditional wedding vows, till death do us part. I'm not pioneering anything here. Why am I bringing this up in the middle of Justin and Lindsay's wedding? Well, an occasion such as this, where life and celebration intersect, an occasion such as this merits thinking on why today means so much. Our lives are brief, and if any meaning can be found in them, it's because they someday end. Today, however, where friends and family unite in a salute to love, it's a great milestone of meaning, and here's why. We're all growing older, and while age doesn't protect you from love, love can, to some extent, protect you from age. I love you both. Please join me in raising a visceral glass to Justin and Lindsay Zelke.